Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton95 with another Transformers Studio Series video, and today we're finally taking a look at the Studio Series 8621 Commander Class Ultra Magnus. Now, right off the bat, this is an amazing box. I love the artwork here, just the whole shuttle launch scene, right when Galvatron and the new Decepticons are attacking. There is a shot there of the side. 43 steps between robot and vehicle mode. He does have an opening chest gimmick. This seems to show that the Matrix launches out like what we see in the movie, but no, it's just showing that the Matrix is removable. And you get kind of a silhouette here of some Autobots going up into the trailer. Now, what's weird is, instead of using the Studio Series RC, which probably shows that this was in production long before they decided to retool that, it is using the Earthrise RC and the Studio Series 86 Jess. So I wonder if they planned on releasing this sooner, but maybe some logistics got in the way of that. I don't know. But there is that there. You get the shuttle taking off there, the Transformers, the movie, and some of that. So, next thing I do want to go over real quick is this massive backdrop. I will show it just once after this with Magnus in robot mode, or possibly a couple of the other Autobots. I don't know. We'll see where the video goes from here. But there it is. So there's Magnus' shuttle to go with Springer, RC, Perceptor, and Daniel, while Hot Rod, Cup, and the Dinobots are taking off in the blue shuttle. So there is that. And moving right on, I will show Magnus as he comes out of the box. Now, he does not have his antenna out of the box. So, what you need to do, bring this camera up because it does have a pretty broad chest, is in the little paper kind of tissue burrito thing is his antenna. They are offset ever so slightly. So just take this, you plug them into each side. It is a little tricky at first because it's a hexagonal port with a round peg. So let's try this on the other side. Okay, that is on the wrong side. Oh, I thought I knew what I was doing, but apparently I don't. Seems to be a common thing in my videos. So there we go. Plugged in there. Plug that one in right there. So there we have his antenna plugged in. It does come with his missiles, or missile launchers with removable missiles. We'll get more into that as we go. Get one for each side, of course. You do get the primary blaster that the toy used and that he used throughout the movie. And I believe this is out of one scene on the Planet of Junk where he's getting ready to start repairs. He pulls this out as a welding tool. So give him both of those. Well, we'll go over that. Go over it in a bit. And he gets his blast effects. Now these are the same mold that we got with Skylynx and Omega Supreme, as well as Rodimus. Who else? I think that's it. That's all that's coming to mind is those three uses. So there's that with more of a cartoony smoke effect. That kind of light gray does fade throughout most of them. Even on these smaller ones, there is a little bit of it on there. But there is that. So most of this is molded in blue and white plastic. And of course there is some red plastic there as well. But as far as paint, you've got the shoulders as well as this chest piece right in here. Got a little bit of white there. Of course, the silver for the rims of the tires, which they're all pinned in. Thank God. I'm so glad we're getting some more pinned wheels. I know it's not completely common yet, but I'm glad it's slowly making its way back. We do have two different shades of red here. So you got the painted on red over the white and the molded in red for the wheels, and a little bit of silver there. Of course, you got that kind of pearlescent silver on the face. You got translucent paint over the completely clear eye, so it gives a really nice effect to his visor, or I guess his eyes. The Siege 1 had a visor. Of course, you got the white on the antenna, molded plastic for launchers. Someone's driving by in a motorcycle or something, I don't know. Silverback Autobot symbol right there. Of course, these blasters, I believe, are they're 3 pieces of plastic. So you got two translucent pieces of plastic painted over this kind of purpley silver paint over the, I guess, glued around a white peg piece. Same thing on this one. So there's that. Real quick, we'll do a comparison. Well, a few comparisons. So here we have the Kingdom Ultra Magnus, which you can see the tires are starting to discolor. I don't know if they're discolored or if that's just how they are, but they are very much green. So that is very odd. But yeah, much darker colors on the Kingdom release. Plus you got the blue just as opposed to the all red. Much more Kibley backpack. So yeah, I'm glad this one, as far as Studio Series, is getting replaced on my shelf. Speaking of Studio Series, here he is with Jazz, and bring in RC. Let's see how much he towers over them. There's that. Here he is with Armada Optimus Prime, as well as Rodimus Prime. As you can see, again, the size difference there. This being more of a leader class. So there's the commander class, which it works, so. Get that. Get Rodimus out of the way. So, getting into some of Magnus's articulation features. Let me bring this up so it's a little bit more in line with his eye line. So the head is on a ball joint as well as a hinge due to the transformation. Now, I do have a little bit of an issue with my shoulders. They're not terrible, but you can see over time, this one definitely is going to start drooping down. This one's good till it gets, actually, it seems like it's fine. So let's try it with a blaster. I know we're 8 minutes in and I'm just still going over robot mode. We'll get there. So, okay, yeah, he can hold that. That's good. This one, let's see. Yeah, so I am going to have to go in with some clear floor polish to tighten that up, but in the end, not that bad. Other bits of articulation do have a 360 waist swivel. Shoulders do rotate on a very tight ratchet. That is very tight. Bicep swivel is strange. It is very tight, like scary tight. But you do get 360, do get 90 at the elbow, do get a very tight tolerance or tight clearance wrist swivel. Hands do open. Got the trigger finger on 2 joints right there. And then you got the other 3 on the main joint and the secondary joint there for that. Hips are on a ratchet to get up to there. The skirt piece is all one piece, which is fine. It's a very soft ratchet. Up there. Get a hinge, join out to there, which is perfect. Get a thigh swivel, and then 90 at the knee. You could do more if you undo this transformation joint, but it's not a lot. So, not really much points, more for the transformation, like I said. And you get a slight ankle tilt. That's really all you get. I wish there was a little bit more that they could have done with that, but it's fine. For the chest, there is that gimmick of the matrix popping out. So just come under here, just untabs, bring that up, and it's spring loaded. So one of the very few figures that is spring loaded. Very nice metallic sky blue on the inside there. Of course, you got some silver, or that purpley silver that we see with the weapons, and just standard silver for the inner doors. So very nicely detailed. All that molded in detail there, so you can see that. I think Toy Hacks would probably have a field day with all those internal details. Close that up. Now he does have a feature where you can tear him apart like it was supposed to happen in the movie, where he was supposed to be drawn and quartered, essentially. If I can figure out how the joint works. Okay, so you kind of bring the arm up like that. And just, okay, so you don't need to undo that yet. So this just slides off like that. Have that arm off to the side. That arm off to the side. Take the leg off, as well as the other leg. So now you can have Magnus in pieces, ready for the Junkions to put them back together incorrectly because of how they add this leg on and that leg. The arms they do right, but you get the idea. So, and this this one didn't even come off right. I just noticed that. It took the joint with it. Now these are similar to Combiner Wars style connection ports, but they are much smaller. Like they're much more squished down. So you're not going to be able to combine this guy with any of your Combiner Wars figures, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to do that, because from the looks of it, he could only combine with torso bots and maybe part of the God Bomber armor. But just go ahead and slide these all back on. Very simple to do. Of course, I say that and it starts being uncooperative. There's that. And slide this one on right here. There we go. All right, so there's that. All right, so finally get into articulation or transformation with this guy. I want to go ahead and remove these missile launchers. And from here, open up these panels, bring this up and down, just to there, close that up. This panel, up and down, or up and through, there we go. And straighten out the arms. Bring these little panels up. That will allow you to bring this whole arm assembly out, just like that, along with these sections here, just to there. And these come back, just keep it like that for now. And from here, bring this up, bring this section up, bring these panels up to here, fold this up and around, bring the windows forward, bring this up, flip out these wheel wells. Then give me just a second here. Gotta get a better hold of this thing. So from here, bring these up just like that. Let's give them a slight angle. Bring this whole section up. Bring the head back. Want these exhaust pipes up like that. So you want this at kind of an angle here, and you can't even see it, and the truck just detached. So just to make it easier, the truck can detach from there. Let's bring this up. It's on tight joint there. Bring it up like that. There we go. Oh, I got ahead of myself again. So there. Have these together. Bring out the wheels here. Bring this all up. Tap it together. And the face does kind of rest between these two tabs. It's not the most secure connection, but I'll just bring this back. And there is a couple of slots right there on the side of the helmet that just tabs into. Just like that. So there is the cab mode for Ultra Magnus. Now to work on the rest of the trailer here. Go ahead and fold this up. Allow you to rotate this around. And from here, go ahead and flip up this waist piece, just like that. Down here, we take that, bring it down. It just makes it easier for me to bring those down. And these are on a tight ratchet. There we go. Then these will collapse down. So down here, you want it to be at that kind of an angle. So we'll give you, I forgot one thing as far as storing accessories. I'll show it in, we go back to robot mode. Put that back. Oh, forgot to collapse this leg down. There we go. So there's that. Now these sections, we bring them up and slide forward, up, forward. Then from here, bring these sections around. These little parts of the pylons will just clip around that to secure it. Again, bring this down and around. Tab those in to secure it. Then we just grab this whole bit. I guess before we do that, bring it down like that, then rotate it, then back up. So again, this side. To there. Bring these sections up like that. Bring these up. There is a tab and a slot here. We'll just kind of tab in very scarily. There is a couple of stress marks there, but not too big of a problem, I don't think. Flip out that little panel. As we get panels, bring this around. This is a little scary. There we go. So I'll bring this up. Again, tab that in. Yeah, it's causing a stress mark there. I might have to sand that down later. Bring this panel out. And since we're this far, bring down, I'm going to bring down the camera. Before we go too far, flip this panel out. Then very carefully grabbing at the base here. Just kind of flip that open. That is very scary, very tight. Okay. So before we go too far, tap those sections in together, just like that. These will tab in together here. Got this kind of T-shaped joint that will plug into that slot there. It's all come together. Tap that in right there. Right there. There we go. And these sections come around, flip that panel up, and tab in, up, untab it from here first, then up, and there's that. Go ahead and close up these panels here, and plug the trailer onto the truck, make sure it's fully extended, and there we have Ultra Magnus in truck mode, looking just as he should. So last thing we need to do is add his missiles. There we go. So there is Ultra Magnus in vehicle mode. Now for the rest of his accessories, I forgot to show robot mode, so please stick with me. These will just plug in there and there. Not the best weapon storage, but it's still weapon storage nonetheless. So real quick, go ahead and remove one of these missiles here. We plug on our blast effects to look like fire's launching out, or use the secondary one, plug the missile in there to look like the missile is firing out, which I think is great. Wish he actually used those in the show. I don't remember him using them at all in the movie. Not sure if he used them in season 3 or not. It's been forever since I've watched season 3. But if you remember from the commercials of the original Ultra Magnus toy, okay, hang on. For some reason this is not sitting right. For some reason it's like floating above. I don't know why it's doing that. Is it something to do with the head? No? I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. Anyways, so if you remember from the original toy, you can open this up, bring these down. Let's go ahead and remove these blasters. Bring these sections down, and you can drive Autobots up onto the here. So just bring that up. Now the original one could hold 4 Autobots. I'm going to see if we could do that here with this one. So kind of bring a full circle. there is smoke screen. Put Hot Rod in there because he was advertised in the original toy commercial. So yeah, a little too wide. So instead of Hot Rod, we'll go with RC, as well as Alert. Close that up. Yeah, it's a little cramped. So realistically, just 3 deluxes, 1 in the middle, or 1 inside and 2 on top. So you got that. So let's get these out of here. And let's go ahead and bring in the Kingdom Ultra Magnus, aka just the worst one. And getting that one out of the way, we'll bring in right now the best G1 Prime that we've got as far as generations, the Earthrise one. So yeah, it's sorely in need of an update, especially when looking at the difference in the cab design. Now, they were supposed to have a very similar cab, if not the exact same, so it stands to reason that I believe that we'll be getting a Studio Series Prime that looks very much like this cab in the very near future, I hope. So maybe that's something we'll see at the at the time that this video is coming out today during the 10/27 live stream. So who knows? Or maybe we could see it during the Hasbro MCM thing in London that's also occurring tomorrow at the time that this video comes out, like super early. So there's that. And now to get Magnus here back in robot mode. So we'll just go ahead and push down on that to lock that in place. And actually, no, we'll do that separately. Remove the missiles. Untab these sections here. Bring this whole, untap these, fold them down, fold down, bring back, bring these panels forward, just like that. Untab these, bring them down to the side, and actually want to untab these sections here. It is a bit tricky. Just kind of gotta find, there we go. Just right here. Just kind of pry them apart. There we go. Allow you to bring the arms back. Bring these panels right here. Again, they are very tight hinge joints, especially there where it's detented. Just bring that forward. And tap that in. And very tight. There we go. Tab that in. All right, slide these towards the back and down, back, down. Bring these down. Fill that section up, up. That will tab in. It's not the best tab connection. It gets the job done. Then from here, we fold in these little panels, flip these sections up on both sides. Camera up. Here, bring down this waist piece. Bring this section forward. Actually, no. Rotate this. Then bring this section forward. All right, so there is that. Actually, we'll go ahead and bring these arms up just to there, both sides to there. All right, so now to work on the cab, hold it the wheels. This panel up just a little bit. Bring the front of the cab forward. Untab these sections, folding them down. Then from here, bring this back. Flip these in. Actually, before we do that, bring this panel up and back. Bring this up. Then we bring these down. Bring that down to there. And that should allow you to bring this down and just clip it in. Pull this up. Pull these panels. Then the cab piece here. This will come down. These will fold to the sides. And before we actually do any of that, go ahead and take this and just plug it on right there. Bring down this chest panel. Bring these forward to lock that in. Bring this down, close those up. We've got this tab actually here, forward and in. Bring that down, the tab in. It's all together. Tap that in. Head up. Arms around. Open the panel. Bring that up. Around. Panel. Up. Close that. And just add back his missile launchers. And there we have Ultra Magnus back in robot mode. Oh, and I did forget again, when removing the matrix, it's a little stiff. There we go. It is, I believe, molded in all translucent plastic, but painted over with that kind of pearlescent silver, the pale blue on the crystal of the matrix, and then of course the gold / orange kind of bronze color. So that just tabs in, close that up there. Now the weapon storage I forgot to mention. So take this blaster here and it'll tab right onto there, and then this one, there's a tab there right on the butt flap right there. So there is your weapon storage. And there is Studio Series Ultra Magnus back in robot mode. So I really enjoy this. Now, in hand, the shoulders aren't as broad as they are in the pictures. It is still a little too wide, just due to how this transformation works. I wish it was maybe one panel less, and there was maybe just a little bit of the trailer sticking off, just to kind of cinch that up just a little bit more. But I'm not too bothered by it. It's not the end of the world for me, so I enjoy it for what it is. Big, beefy Ultra Magnus, and I did forget, again, very forgetful, to extend the legs on that second lower ratcheting joint, and it does tab in. There's a tab there and a slot there. Let's go ahead and remove those so I don't damage anything. There we go. So it does increase the height just a little bit. There we go. There we go. So let me know what you guys think of the Studio Series Ultra Magnus. I really enjoy it. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. My expectations were not too low, but not super high either. I was still excited to get it, but I was just wary after what happened with Kingdom 1 and then some of the issues I heard about. But thankfully mine's not too bad. I just need to put just a tiniest amount of pledge floor polish or just any kind of clear polish on that joint and it should be fine. So Hope you guys enjoyed this rather lengthy video. I did not mean for it to be nearly 40 minutes long, but here we are. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out those links below. Be sure to check out my Instagram and X page. I'm going to try to get some more pictures out there. I know I keep saying that, but I'm going to try my best to. It's been super busy lately. Also, be sure to check out my Studio Series playlist, as well as Legacy Evolution, soon to be Legacy United. That will be in a separate playlist as well. And be sure to check out my Beast Wars versus playlist. Those will all be available on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time.